What's going on, guys? Today we're going to do an unboxing of the Moorebot Scout. This is a mobile autonomous robot, and it does some pretty neat things. Scouts around your house. It takes pictures. It does some video work. It has excellent night vision. And this thing charges itself. It does a whole lot more than that, but let's see what's in the box. First thing out of the box is the instruction manual, Scout, Autonomous Home Robot. On the back here, we do have a QR code for the user manual. You can check that out if you would like to. Just tells you a little bit about the unit. Download the app, sign up for your account, and complete the setup. Basically, you can control it all from your phone. We've got some lubricant for the wheels. We've got a USB-C charging cable. We got the robot, and I'm going to set him off to the side for a second. We've got the charging platform. Basically, you plug this thing in right here to the wall, and it notices this pattern, and it will back up and charge itself. So this would be mounted on the floor. It does have some of that 3M double-sided tape here on the bottom, so it stays in place. And as there's nothing else in the box, let's take a look at the actual robot. This guy is very, very weighty. That means the battery in here must be pretty darn large. I will leave that information on the screen right here. You can see it's got those wheels where it's got the little rolly bits, and it's got the wheels that go around, so it is able to move all different directions. How cool is that? Very neat. I love the label here on the top. We got the little faceplate here. There's the camera and a microphone located in here. It has all of the sensory organs for the robot as well. On this side of the unit, we do have our connection button. Once it is connected, this LED will light up, and when it's ready to pair, this LED will light up. So yes, that's the pairing button. You can see there, it looks like a little Wi-Fi router, and there's a little button, a little icon that looks like your phone. On the bottom of the unit, we do have this plate, and I am sure underneath there it gives you access to some of the internals, and right here is the pad for charging. On the other side of the unit, we do have our power button. Now, if I get this at just the right angle, you'll be able to see inside there are 3 little sensors, and you can see there is a pretty massive camera built in there. Let's see if I can get the right angle. You can kind of see it right there. It's got a little bit of glare on it, but there you go. Big old camera in there. So it's got a nice looking webcam. Up here is the microphone. As I said before, you can see the hole. Very cool. So I'm going to get this guy charged up. I'm going to connect it to my phone, and we're going to put it through some of its paces here on my table. So I think I got the little guy set up pretty well. I do have it connected through my phone. It does set up initially through the Wi-Fi built into the device, but then you are able to connect it to your actual router in your house. And that way you can, check things out remotely. I have tested that out already, and yes, it does work. If I am out of the house, I am able to connect and still check things out. So that is super awesome. Let's take a look at the device itself. So here we go. I got him in this little corner here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the app on. Okay, Face ID. There we go. So here we go. You can see I have been playing around, and I do have some videos and some pictures taken. I'll be putting those here in the video in just a few minutes. Okay, so on monitor, click that, and there we go. It's automatically connected. You can see the bandwidth that it's using right there. And there is one setting that you can use where it does motion tracking, and that's pretty cool. And it kind of follows you around and stays put in the same position. So if I was to be tracking my hand here and I moved it towards it, the device itself rolls back. So Moorebot's pretty smart. The second I turned it on, there was a firmware update, so that was pretty good as well. And I believe that firmware update updated its ability to find its little base here. It needed to find his home. So I'm going to go ahead and, just check out some of the features here. Whoa there, cowboys. It's trying to track me. So it was tracking. And it backed up as far as it could. I have a table here. I had to stop him. So it backed up so we can get me in view. Yeah, I'm not going to use that tracking thing right now. Let's see if I can use this one. Now I can control it. Let's go forward. Let's turn a little bit. Very nice, very nice. Ooh, got a good view of me right there. Back up, son. So, yes, you control it here with this. You can see right there. It's got me in its view, and that's pretty stinking cool. The image that I get is not the absolute best. I do have the brightness turned up substantially. I could probably change that and turn the brightness down a little bit, but, you know, for this purpose here, for testing it out, it does just fine. And yes, the little screen controls here work very, very well. Hoo-hoo. He got stuck. I could play with this for a while. Another thing you can do here is you can plan a patrol path. Right now, this thing is not intelligent enough to make its own little path through your office or your area that you want it to patrol through, but you can create your own path and kind of direct it where you want it to go. That works pretty well. So far, I've set up a little path here on the desk, and it just kind of does a little circle. It works. I'm going to take this to work with me, though, and I'm going to set it up to actually go through my entire room and back to its base, and then, you know, all that good stuff, like finding out if people are sneaking into my room at night. And of course, here's where you can program it. You can click on New here, and you can set up System, Media, Motion. It has all sorts of different sound effects in this little guy, and you can program more. You can actually make it talk. Save project? No, thank you. Let me go back here to Monitor, and if it happens to see somebody wherever it's connected to, you can click on this and say, hello. Now, because we're on this, it's got a little bit of microphone feedback. Hello. It works pretty well, too. And, of course, you can listen to whatever it's hearing. And it actually plays it through your phone. So if it's in a noisy area, if you can hear somebody talking, you can record that with your phone. It's really neat. Technically, I guess you're recording it with him. So what's the final word on the Moorebot? This little guy is pretty darn cool. This is an excellent little security robot. It can go wherever. You can plot the path, and very seldom does it deviate from that path unless there's something blocking its way. That's why you kind of gotta be careful when you're planning. Its video is pretty good. I'm a little bit surprised by the night vision. It's not that good, but the actual daytime video, it's doing pretty well. The night vision, let me just give you an example of that right now. So yeah, it's night vision. It's not the best, but you can still see what's going on. So for that, I think it's pretty cool. The price on this guy is not that bad when you consider all of the features and all of the things you can actually use this for. Just the portability alone, it's this big. Sure, it weighs a little bit, but it's little. And it does everything that you would want a security robot to do, and I kind of like my little scout here. This guy's pretty badass. And he's charging.